One of my favorite ways to use kettlebells are these very short kind of conditioning style circuits because they're just so much fun to incorporate a lot of different movements. And this is for those of you who maybe picked up a kettlebell in the last few years and then just didn't pick it up again. So just to give you new perspectives, so give you a little education while we go through this, and then a nice short and sweet workout. So it's just going to be 15 minutes, and I absolutely love these 10, 15, 20 minutes of kettlebells is a great way to incorporate training daily, but not something that's so incredibly intense. So still leaves you room in the tank to be able to go do any kind of sport you want to do. If you want to go do bodybuilding, you want to do powerlifting, and then just add these in for your conditioning day. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start with just a very short warm-up, just a few different movements. So stand up nice and tall. I want you to bring my timer here. You're going to extend your arms forward, rotate in, and then as you pull back, try to extend your shoulders back or pull your shoulders back and just back and forth. So we're just going to do this for 30 seconds. Just warm up the upper back, warm up the shoulders. Ugh. No sound effects required. Back and forth. Man, I used to teach classes for a number of years in my gym. I miss it. I miss teaching those classes. Those were freaking fun. And from here, we're just going to go into some rotations. So pivot and rotate. Let your arms kind of swing. Just warm up the spine. Let your arms be nice and loose. I'm a big fan of doing just enough for my warm-ups, not excessively. And it's going to be dependent on what I'm doing. If I'm going to go very heavy, if I'm going to do, higher reps, whatever it is, I want to kind of match my warm-up to that. I don't think there's a one-size-fits-all warm-up. And sometimes I think it's kind of overkill if you do way too much for everything. No. All right, wide stance. We're going to do an alternating windmill. So I want you to bring your right hand down, left hand up, bring your arms out like airplane, and again, back and forth, back and forth. Oh, so alternating windmills. You don't have the range of motion to be able to do this. Just go as far as you can. So maybe it's just touching the ground on the outside of the other foot. Maybe you can go into a full-on pretzel, whatever floats your boat. Back and forth. And then from here, we'll go into some spinal waves. So I love this one. You're going to stand up nice and tall. You're going to tuck your chin. You're going to round your shoulders. You're going to roll all the way down, keeping as straight a legs as you can. And then as you get to the bottom, bend your knees, pull your shoulders back, reach up, look up. So we're trying to take that spine through a nice bit of a wave. So flexing, rounding, pull the shoulders back, extend, and let's go one more time. I don't think I hit the timer. I don't know. I want to give you the true Marcus gym experience where I count out reps and then I go, all right, time, because I didn't hit the timer. All right. So it's going to be 4 different exercises. All you need is a light bell. We're going to go back and forth. So we'll do an exercise on one side, same side, different exercise, and then we'll switch to the other side. We're going to go a few rounds through. You'll see as we go. So I want you to use something light. If this is your first time using kettlebells, use something very light. If it's not, and you saw the description, and you saw the exercise list, then you know the drill. Use as heavy as you feel. We're going to work in a 2-to-1 work to rest ratio. So 30 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. First movement, we're going to do a dead start clean to squat. So we'll take it slow in the beginning and then we'll speed things up. But I got my interval timer ready to go. So 30 on, 15 off. We'll go through 4 exercises, take a minute break, and then we'll come back to it. All right, ready, set, go. So dead start clean, right into a squat, stand up nice and tall. Just realize that the timer starts on the phone as well. That's awesome. Fun to discover. And down. Pull up, right back down. So with the clean, if you're having an issue with the clean and the bell's flopping around, just keep it tight to the body. Even using 2 hands is a great way to control that momentum. Okay? And then back down. Ooh, I got the nice gong. 15 seconds. From here, we're going to go into a shoulder opener. So rack that bell up, and we're going to lift the elbow up and then reach back behind you. So elbow up and reach back behind. Elbow forward. Yeah, this is actually kind of great. I don't need to add the sound effects. You can hear it for yourself. So the goal with this one is trying to bring my elbow up and trying to pull my arm back. If that feels good, then I'm going to add a little bit more rotation. So I'm kind of setting up for a bent press. So I'm getting some rotation through my torso, and I'm really getting a nice stretch through that delt. If that stretch feels too much, then just limit that range of motion. Whew. And I find that as a nice alternative to a lot of pressing because we're still getting some delts in there, but we're also working the range of motion. I'm a big fan of feeling good. I don't know about you, but all right, other side. Bell right in between the heels, dead stop or dead start clean, right into that front squat, and then repeat. Once that feels good, you can kind of speed up those transitions. Try to make it one movement. And we're doing dead stop right now, or dead start right now, because I'm trying to intensify a lighter weight. And then, I forgot what this timer is called. I'm not affiliated with them, but it's a good one. All right, shoulder opener, other side. Stand tall, pull that elbow back, rotate, and come right back. Rotate, come right back. So I'm keeping my knees and my feet square, and I'm just rotating my hips. We'll talk about this movement during the rest. Squeeze that lat. And time. All right, so minute 15 rest here. So you should have picked a weight that's going to get your heart rate up, but not to the point where you're massively out of breath. I want you to still be able to keep somewhat of a conversation. It's only 15 minutes. That may change on the next one. We'll see. I know, it's kind of nice. I feel like I have my assistant here. Anyway, so those shoulder openers, if you've ever done bent presses or windmills, they really put that shoulder through a wide range of motion, and they get that stretch through that front delt and through the pec. So I really like that variation, that shoulder opener, because it takes some of the stress off than if I was doing a full bent press. So it makes it a little bit easier. And it just helps my client learn how to get into that position and learn how to engage their lats and their triceps. Because even though we're focusing on the shoulders and the shoulder mobility, I want to really create that shelf that's going to create a nice stable, my lat just cramped as I did that. Create a nice solid shelf for that bell to sit on. And if you're using something light, you don't need to worry about it too much, but it's still good to practice regardless of the weight you're using. All right, we're gonna go through that cycle one more time. Dead start clean, right into a squat. If this is your only cardio of the day, move a little bit faster. If you're gonna use this as kind of your strength workout, go heavier, maybe only get 5 reps, where at the end of 30 seconds, you feel relatively spent. Notice how that bell is wrapping around the forearm, not up and over. So don't treat it like a barbell. It's very easy to do that. Coming up and over, coming underneath the weight. No with the kettlebell. All right, rack it up. That's 15 seconds. Go shorter and shorter. Pull that shoulder back. Give you that square view so you can see I'm rotating the hips. One knee comes forward, one knee comes back. They're not going to come in laterally. So start off with a shallow range of motion just to get the feel, and then getting a little bit deeper so you get that rotation, that twist through that thoracic spine, through that upper back. And you'll find that really opens up just your shoulders, your mid back. It's a good one. I like that one. All right, other side. Ready. Dead start clean. Right into a squat. And down. So again, notice how that bell stays close to the body. And I got way more tutorials and an entire kettlebell course because I'm a kettlebell nut on my page, but still give you some little tidbits of info here to make sure you're doing things properly. And Oh, so key thing is keep a loose grip. We'll talk about that in the break. Shoulder opener. Oh, get ready and set. Go. Pull that shoulder back. Sink into that hip. Notice I'm kicking that hip out and then right back. Sink into that hip and then right back. I'm still keeping my abs tight. I want to maintain tension throughout my entire trunk, my chest, my glutes, all of it. And back. And that was a preemptive stop. So what I was referring to with that loose grip is when you're doing any kind of ballistic cleans, snatches, it's always about that loose grip. This is way before AI. I've had this app. I'll link the app on here. Before, I don't remember what it was. I've had it for years. I freaking love it. All right, so the next two exercises, so that was one cycle. The next two exercises, we're gonna do a clean to catch, and we're gonna do a side lunge. So for the clean to catch, the first set, I'm gonna keep it in that dead start, just that nice vertical pull. Second set, I'll do it with the hinge as if you were doing like a full clean. And then the side lunge, we're gonna do a stepping side lunge. So I'll walk you through that too. So we'll start off on the left side, and then we'll do keep the bell in the left hand, and then lunge to the right. So with the clean to catch, the whole point is I'm gonna hold the bell with the handle. I'm gonna catch the bell portion of the bell with the other hand. So I'm not catching it in the rack position this time. All right, ready? And go. Bring it up, right back down. Bring it up, right back down. So notice how in this top position, I'm not completely vertical with that forearm, and I'm not all the way across my body. It's just enough where I can use a relatively heavy weight here. I'm still getting that pull like I would with a clean, but now I am letting it go up and over, but I'm just catching the bell with the other hand. So we'll talk about this movement on the next break. Oh. So same hand. We're gonna start from a standing position. I'm gonna lunge to the right, and I'm not gonna necessarily try to bring that bell down to the ground, but I'm gonna try to bring it as close as I can. So I'm gonna step out, touch, right back up. Step out, touch if I can, right back up. So I like these styles of movements where there's some deceleration involved, especially laterally. I feel like this just really helps build stability around my knee, builds hip strength, opens up those adductors, those groins, making sure that I'm keeping my chest above my hips, and I'm trying to stay relatively vertical there. So I don't want to be down here. I want to be here. All right, other side, clean to catch. Your heart rate is up right now. This is what I really dig about these short kettlebell workouts is you really don't need a lot to get some great conditioning, and they really take up minimal space. And back down, touch. So I can make it where it's like more of a tap or hold. And I can add other variations in there as well. Whew. So stick with that right hand. I'm gonna lunge to the left, touch the ground, repeating. Ready. Stand nice and tall. Down and back up. Down and back up. Pull your shoulders back, chest nice and proud. Nice step out to the side. If taking that step is too unbalanced for you, just stay in that wide position. Come down and then stand up. Come down and then stand up. But going back to that clean to catch. So a lot of people will be like, Marcus, that's kettlebell blasphemy. Just do the damn cleans. But in my programs, especially in my current programs, I was going to be interrupted. I want to limit how much rack position work I do. So if you are a kettlebell fiend, you know that if you're doing lots of cleans, snatches, presses, front squats, lunges, windmills, get ups, you're just constantly keeping that bell in your forearm. And for me, I'm done with that. I've been using kettlebells for a very long time. I got nothing to prove. So it's about what's comfortable for me and for my clients. So that's why I'll balance out some racked work, cleans, shoulder openers, front squats, etc. I'll balance that out with movements like clean to catch, high rack position, bottoms up position. So just to give some variety and allow you to, do the movement without constantly worrying about the pressure. Because even if it's not slamming, the pressure just builds up. It doesn't feel good. So ultimately, my goal with these is to help you feel better, not to feel worse. It's the opposite. All right, back to clean and catch. This time, we're going to add that hinge and that momentum. So bell's in the left hand. I'm going to catch up high and right back into that downswing. So if this is brand new for you, you've never done anything like this, go back to that dead start where that bell stays right in between your feet. But if this feels good or you've done cleans before and you know how to hinge, you know how to explosively bring that bell back, keeping your abs tight, then go for broke. And down. All right, back to that stepping side lunge. We're gonna make it work for you. Maybe on this second set, you're just way too tired. All right, and go. Right back up. So if you want an added bonus, working on some balance, when you come back up, don't let that foot touch. I'm not a big fan of incorporating a lot of balance work, but a little bit is good. Learning how to be solid and stable on one foot. It's not only every sport, but it's also life. Nice powerlifting. Oh my gosh, other side, and then we're good. It's 15 minutes. That's it. And somehow, still yammering away. All right, clean a catch. Other arm. Hike and stand. So, give you the square view. You're gonna pull up to that side, so I'm reaching across my body. It's very easy to forget, but keep that tension through your glutes. Keep that tension through your core to keep stability through your spine, so you're not overloading just your lower back. You should not feel any pain in your lower back. And so tension should not be confused with pain. Sharp pain, excessive tension, no. A little bit of tension, yes, we are working the lower back. There's some musculature there. All right, last one. Go down and back up. Down and back up. So again, adding that extra bonus. You can even add a little march in there. Just add a little bit more instability. Remember, this isn't your muscle building workout. We're not trying to create a lot of stability to push off of. We're trying to work through multiple planes and positions. Oh my goodness. All right. Timer pause. It's actually ended. Because that was it. That was all of it. 4 movements, 15 minutes. And my goal again with these is, first off, I love doing these. And these aren't some kind of like, I'll bring it in. These aren't some kind of magic pill that are going to help you, do this for 30 days and drop all your body fat. It's like, no, these are great additions to your cardio workouts. These are great for adding some new movements with your kettlebells, and ultimately just to feel good. I like to think of these as like my daily movement kind of medicine. So you can still lift, you can still go do your sports, you can still go play with your kids, be ready for any adventure. But these are going to be a great way to learn how to build not only some conditioning, but you're going to build some grip strength. You are going to build some strength through these different joint complexes, shoulders, hips, and definitely build some muscle if you're brand new to training, but I wouldn't focus on that. Focus on moving the bell as safely and effectively as possible. Make sure your technique is spot the F on, so that way you feel good. So again, part of the reason for this, I've done kettlebell workouts on here for God knows how long. No, we're done, bro. So I'll fix that on the next one. But anyway, my goal with these is just to give you kind of a glimpse of like some different workouts I like to do, and definitely things I used to like to do in my classes, because these kind of fast paced, but still relatively under control, and also enough variety that it was kind of fun and fresh. So it wasn't just go do 1,000 of one exercise, go do a couple exercises in some EMOM fashion or whatever. Nothing wrong with those. If that's what floats your boat, then keep on sailing. But ultimately, I like to have some fun, especially with my conditioning workouts and especially with the kettlebell, because it's such a unique tool. You want your strength hypertrophy work, do the same thing over and over, build that skill, create that strength. But if you want just some fun and to move well through multiple planes and just have your body feeling phenomenal, then this is for you. So hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, let me know. And, I might do some more of these. We'll see. I said I love doing this type of stuff. It reminds me of when I was teaching my class, and I still teach workshops and I still do things with clients, but these kind of like fast-paced time sets. I don't know why I did that, but they're enjoyable to me and something that I like to do. So just wanted to share that with you. So that's it. See you on the next one.